All right, so I am home from the doctor, and here is how it goes. So, number one advice, take somebody with you to pretty much every single doctor appointment possible. Every time I go to the doctor, I never fully hear what they're saying. And then later on, I talk to whoever went with me, and they're like, no, this is what she said, blah, blah, blah. So I definitely suggest always taking somebody with you because, like I said, you can compare and contrast on, what is it that you heard? What did I hear? So here we are. Bam, scan results. My doctor warned me, when you read these, do not go and Google your results because they can be misinterpreted. So based on what the paper says versus what the doctor says, the impression, lobular enhancing foci along the anterior inferior, blah, 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 blah. This is a concerning for residual disease. So on the paper, it doesn't sound very good, but in person, it is great. It is exactly what we asked for. So again, I'm only 3 weeks out, and at this point, what they say is your brain can still have edema, which, fluid, swelling, stuff like that. So you won't actually see all the results from having the tumor done. So it's really important to keep that in mind. So at this point, everything looks great. They have seen a little bit of it shrinking. They actually said better than what the radiation doctor would have hoped for. So at this point, I get to wait. And in about another week, I get to go back on my chemotherapy meds. So now I'm going to start what they call like a 28-day cycle. So every 28 days, for the first 5 days, you take a big dose of the chemo pill, and then you stop taking it until you get to the end of the 28 days. So every 4 weeks, we start this cycle of 5 days on the pill and then the rest off. And pretty much, as far as I'm concerned, that I'm supposed to do that until my body says no or my doctor says otherwise. And then I will have scans every 2 months to confirm that everything is basically looking the way they want it, that I don't have growth, things like that. So yeah, it is a very long process filled with a lot of, well, I hope everything turns out great and things like that. So yes, this was something I never knew going into this even a few months ago, but after treatment, I am still going to be on chemotherapy pills. You can tell how excited I am. But yeah, I would never have known this, honestly, until I went to a cancer support group a few weeks ago that, yeah, you can be on these pills for months. And this was something I never even heard. So when I heard about this in the group, I then realized that, yeah, I'm going to be on these pills for a long time. So yeah, here we are. We also talked about something called Optune. So for those of you guys who don't know about it, Optune, I don't know a lot about it, so don't listen to everything I say, but it's a specific sort of, almost like what they would put on you when you get your sleep studies done. And it's a special thing for your head, and it's kind of mapped out, and you wear it, and then it attaches to what they said they can make it into a backpack or a purse, and you wear it like 23 hours a day. So it's kind of like an adult helmet, but it's not a helmet. And it does some sort of magnetic wave therapy. I have an oligodendroglioma, and those are not necessarily tested with Optune therapy. Optune therapy has been more specifically used on glioblastomas, which are more rapid growing. So at this point, they have no idea if I will do Optune therapy. They will talk to my oncologist up at UCSF. And if they want to do it, it sounds like it's going to be a big fight with the insurance company figuring it out, because technically it's not been approved for my type of tumor, but a very similar tumor. So it sounds like it'll be a long process before we ever even decide I'm doing that or not. So at this moment, we got great news. My tumor is looking exactly the way they want it, if not better. So I get to rest and relax. And then next week, so excited, I get to go back on the chemotherapy pill for 5 days and do a 28-day cycle. And I will have more follow-up appointments later on as it goes on. So at this point, this is all I have to include about myself. So you guys have a wonderful weekend.